We're continuing to sit down with the candidates in the race to be Wisconsin's next governor. This is the first time in nearly 16 years the field has been completely open with no incumbents running. This week we sat down with Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley. He entered the race on September 9th, and Crowley was the first black person ever to be elected to Milwaukee County Executive, winning the job in 2020. He previously represented Wisconsin's 17th Assembly District, which comprises much of Milwaukee's west side. The Democratic primary, obviously a lot larger than the other side of the aisle. What's one thing that sets you apart?
Well, what sets me apart is my experience. I've not only served in the state legislature, I'm the only one who actually has experience running government and actually delivering real results. As Milwaukee County Executive, I've had to balance billion-dollar budgets, but also figure out how we're going to prioritize critical services when the math isn't adding up. The only one who's had to look a community in its face during a crisis and figure out how we're going to get through this and make sure that no one is left behind. But I'm also the only guy in this race that have been able to deliver results, making sure that our workers get the pension that they deserve and came up with a plan to strengthen our pension system for generations.
According to a Marquette Law School poll released last week, inflation and the cost of living are the top issues for 38% of adults, followed by the economy at 17%. Now, like many of his Democratic primary opponents, Crowley is campaigning on lowering prices. His priorities include pushing for affordable health care and housing, as well as better funding for public schools. Are there specific initiatives that you would like to implement?
Well, I think housing is really critical, right? Housing not only gives people the opportunity to focus on quality of life issues, but it also helps to bring down property taxes when we have the ability to bring more housing on board, move families into those things so they can continue to be productive citizens. But we definitely need to focus on property taxes. How do we help local municipalities focus on the issues that matter most to them?
Governor Evers, for his 2026 priorities, announced that he would like lawmakers to take up over $1 billion in property tax relief. Is that the right move to address that issue?
I think we have to put everything on the table. Quite frankly, I think that we have to look long-term at how we not only bring in revenue for the state of Wisconsin, but also how we spend money. I am proposing that we take into account and put a blue ribbon commission together, where we take business owners, government leaders, we take academia, we bring people to the table.
Milwaukee County is also facing a budget deficit. According to an October report from the Wisconsin Policy Forum, this year the county has a projected $47 million deficit. A lot of municipalities often blame the shared revenue formula for some of those issues. Does that formula need to be changed?
You know, when we were able to build the coalition to get Act 12 passed, that was a good thing for communities all across the state of Wisconsin. But it did not solve all of our problems. And not just Milwaukee County, but every municipality is struggling every single day because, let's face it, the state of Wisconsin broke its promise to help fund local units of government. So we have to take a holistic approach and really make sure that our state government is doing everything in its power to make sure local units of government can continue its responsibilities.
And you say holistic approach, what would that look like?
That goes back to the Blue Ribbon Commission, making sure that we're looking at how we're taxing and spending our dollars and making sure what works for Wisconsin can work for everyone else.
Crowley is leading fundraising efforts in the Democratic primary. He's raised more than $800,000. That includes $789,000 in donations and roughly $12,000 in in-kind contributions. Now, in-kind contributions are goods or services provided to a campaign without direct monetary exchange. How are you planning to keep that momentum going coming up to the primary election?
Well, I'm so excited that we have so many people who are excited about this campaign. And what we have to do is continue to knock on as many doors and make as many phone calls as possible and continue to deliver that message. This message that we're pushing is resonating with everyone because we're the only ones in this race that has a record of getting things done and working across the aisle. And quite frankly, this is what the executive leadership looks like, and this is exactly what the state of Wisconsin needs today.
What does your campaign need to do from now until that primary election?
We're not going to leave no stone unturned. You know, we're going to talk to every voter in the state of Wisconsin. We're going to go to every community and talk about our mission and our vision to move our state forward.
I spoke to Crowley before the controversy of Milwaukee County's lapsed health care contracts. CBS 58 reported county officials say they weren't immediately informed of the contract's expiration. Milwaukee County's health care plan supports more than 3,000 employees. In the fallout, an employee was fired. We reached out to Crowley's campaign for comment. It reads in part, quote, County Executive Crowley immediately worked to fix the issue, and as a result, no county employee lost their health care coverage. However, he has received some criticism. Fellow Democratic gubernatorial candidate Sarah Rodriguez told the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel that this means there's been a breakdown in leadership.